Hello students, I am Professor Karkhile Manjiri from Computer Science Department of New Arts, Commerce and Science College, Ahmednagar. Today, we are here to discuss the topic cybersecurity, threat landscape and techniques. But before going through the landscape of threats, firstly we discuss about the cyber crimes and cyber security, which is the main agenda of our this session. And in this session we mainly discuss the cyber threats. What is cyber threats, types of cyber threats, or what is the cyber crime and types of cyber crimes or cyber security. Firstly, we see the cyber threats. A cyber or cyber security threat is a malicious act that seeks to damage the data, steal the data, or disrupt the digital life in general. Cyber threats includes computer viruses, data breaches, denial of service attacks, and other attack vectors. Next, types of cyber threats. There are mainly three types of cyber threats, in which first is a cyber crime, which includes single actors or groups which targeting the systems for financial gain or to cause the disruption. Second one is the cyber attack, which is often involves politically motivated information gathering. And next is the cyber terrorism, is intended to undermine the electronic systems to cause panic or fear. Next, we have to see what is the main cyber crime or what is the thing cyber crime. A cyber crime is a criminal activity that either targets or uses a computer network or a network devices, and most cyber crimes are committed by the cyber criminals or hackers who want to make the money. Then what are the types of cyber crimes, or how way cyber crimes are done? First is the email and internet fraud. Second one is identity fraud, in which personal information is stolen and used. Next is the theft of financial or card payment data. Next is theft and sale of corporate data. After that, there is a cyber crime in cyber extortion, which is the demanding money to prevent a threatened attack. Next is ransomware attack, which is the type of cyber extortion. And next is the cryptojacking, where hackers mine cryptocurrency using resources they do not own. Next cybercrime is infringing the copyrights, interfering with system in a way that compromises a network. And cybercrime involves one or both of the following concepts. First is the criminal activity, targeting the computers using viruses and other types of malware. Criminal activity using computers to commit the other crimes. Then what is the cyber attack? When there is an unauthorized system or network access by a third party, we term it as a cyber attack. The person who carries out a cyber attack is termed as a hacker or attacker. Cyber attacks have several negative effects. When an attack is carried out, it can lead to data breaches resulting in data loss or data manipulation. The COVID-19 situation has also had an adverse impact on the cybersecurity. According to Interpol and WHO, there has been a notable increase in the number of cyber attacks during the COVID-19 pandemic situation. Now, we know what is cyber attack. Then let's look at the different types of cyber attacks. First is the malware attack. This is one of the most common type of cyber attack. Malware refers to malicious software, viruses including worms, spyware, ransomware, adware and trojans. Virus means a self virus means a self-replicating program that attaches itself to clean a file and spread throughout a computer system, infecting files with malicious code. Means virus is a program, or it is the coding which is self representative and which is attached to the number of files to spread throughout a computer system. Next is a trojans, a type of malware that is discussed as legitimate or as a original software. Cyber criminals trick users into uploading the trojans onto their computer where they cause damage or collect the data. Next is the spyware, a program that secretly records what a user does so that cyber criminals can make use of this information. For example, spyware can capture the credit card details. Next is ransomware, which is the type of malware which locks down a user's files and data with the threat of erasing it unless a ransom is paid. Next type is a adware. Adware means advertising software which can be used to spread the malware through the online advertising. And last one is the botnets. It is the networks of malware infected computers which cyber criminals use to perform asks online without the user's permission. Then how can we prevent the malware attack? Simply, to prevent malware attack or to preserve malware attack, we have to use antivirus software, we have to use firewalls, stay alert and avoid clicking on suspicious links, and update your operating system and browsers regularly. Second one is the phishing attack. What is meant by phishing attack? In this type of attack, attackers act as a trusted contact and sends the victims fake mails. And unaware of this mail, the victim opens the mail and clicks on the malicious links or opens the mail's attachment. By doing this, attackers gain the access to confidential information and account credit. They can also install the malware through a phishing attack. And to avoid this phishing attack or to prevent this phishing attack, we have to use the following steps. First, scrutinize the emails which you are receives. Next one is make use of an anti-phishing toolbar. Next is update your password regularly. And third one is the password attack. It is a form of attack in which a hacker cracks your password with various programs and password cracking tools like AirCrack, Kane, Able, John the Ripper, etc. And prevention for password attack: to use strong alphanumeric passwords with special character, means your password is using alphanumeric password, alphanumeric keywords and special characters. It should be a long password. Next one is the abstain from using the same password for multiple websites or multiple accounts, means you do not have to use the same password for number of accounts. Update your password regularly and do not have any password hints in the openly. Next is man in the middle attack. In this attack, an attacker comes in between a two-party communication, that is, the attacker hijacks the session between a client and host. By doing this, hackers steal and manipulate the data. This attack can be prevented by the following steps. First, be mindful of the security of the website you are using and use the encryption on your devices. Second, refrain from using public Wi-Fi network. Next is the denial of service attack. A denial of service attack is a significant threat to the companies. Here, attackers target the systems, servers, or networks and flood them with traffic to exhaust their resources and bandwidth. It is also known as distributed denial of service attack when attackers use multiple compromised systems to launch these attacks. And how to prevent this attack? Run a traffic analysis to identify malicious traffic. Understand the warning signs like network slowdown, intermittent website shutdowns, etc. At such a time, the organization must take the necessary steps without any delay. Next is the insider threat or insider threat attack. As the name suggests, an insider threat doesn't involve a third party but an insider person. In such a case, it could be an individual from within the organization who knows everything about your organization. Insider threats have the potential to cause the tremendous damage. Insider threats are small businesses or in the small businesses as the staff they hold access to multiple accounts with that data. Means insider threat is the person in your organization. And to prevent the insider threat attack, we have to organization should have a good culture of security awareness, and companies must limit the IT resources staff can have access to depending on their job roles. After that discuss in the main topic the evolution or cyber security threat landscape, we have to see the evolution of cyber security threat. The cyber threats of today are not the same as even as a few years ago. As the cyber threat landscape changes, organizations need the protection against the cyber criminals, current and future tools and techniques. We are in generation 5th attacks now. When we are using the internet in that internet or in that security threats, we are in a general 5th attacks. There are number of generations in the evolution. First generation was in the late 1980s, the virus attack against the standalone computer inspired the creation of the first generation. Second is a cyber attack or which is done on the network began to come over the internet. The firewall was developed to identify and block them. Generation third was on the applications or application layers. Exploitation of vulnerabilities within the applications caused the mass adoption of intrusions and prevention systems. Generation fourth, which is applied on the payload. A payload is the action that a threat performs apart from its main behavior. Payloads can range from stealing personal information to deleting the contents of the hard disk. And now we are in a generation 5th, or it is known as a mega generation or mega threat. The latest generation of cyber threats uses the large scale multi-vector attacks and making advanced threat prevention solution as a priority. And to avoid this evolution of cyber security threats, we have managed the cyber security strongly. And which cyber security and handle to these cyber crimes and cyber attacks. Cyber security is the main part which we will study in the next session. And in this session, we have seen what is the cyber threat, types of cyber threats, what is the cyber crime, what is cyber attacks, and evolution of cyber security threats.